All right, so you read the title right. I'm dying. And I know a lot of you are like, oh, what is it? What do you have? You're going to come out and tell us. But here's the truth. I'm dying, and so are you. I'm not trying to be morbid when I say this, but every single one of us watching this are dying as I'm making this video. Every single one of us are one breath closer to eternity. I thought about today's my 32nd birthday. I'm 32. Yoo-hoo, happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me. And I have such an amazing life, such a beautiful life. I got saved when I was 19, and we've been in full-time ministry ever since. I just celebrated 10 years of marriage. I have 4 beautiful daughters, one that's my oldest, going to be 9. And I'm just like, man, time is going by so fast. And I think we fail to realize that all of us are dying. All of us are slowly getting closer to that day where we're going to stand before God. Whether you believe in God or whether you don't believe in God, we are all going to stand before Him. And all I could think about on my birthday is, man, I'm one step closer to meeting Christ. I'm one step closer, and it's a bittersweet. One part of me is excited, of course, about it, but the other side of me is like, man, time is moving so fast. Like, am I the only one that thinks about how fast my life is moving? I have this vivid memory of sitting in the DMV. I think I was 15 and a half, 16, and I just thought, man, I'm becoming an adult. Like, I'm getting older. I remember running through my orchard when we first moved out to the country as a kid, and just life was so fresh and so new. And listen, I'm only 32, and you guys are like, Isaiah, you say you're dying and you're getting old. How am I if I'm 50 and 60? But guys, we really have to start thinking about this. Some of you are getting older. Some of you are in your 50s, 60s, 70s, and there was dreams God gave you. Those desires God gave you as a young kid that, where are they? Where have they gone? There's no more passion to do the things that God's called us to do. And life is just, I feel like life is just passing me by. And for many of us, we spend our entire day on this, watching other people's life while our life passes us by. And guys, I hate this thing. I hate that I spend so many hours on social media. I hate that I'm getting older, and at the same time, like, I don't want the memory of my kids to be, oh, my dad was on his phone all the time. Oh, my dad was on social media all the time. So as I reflect on my birthday, I know you're like, man, that sounds so depressing and morbid. It's not. We're all getting older. Now is the time to do the things God has called you to do. Like, I'm not that young boy at 16 in the DMV anymore. I feel like that on the inside, but then I'm like, man, I'm 32, and then I'm going to be 40, and then 50, then 60, then 70, and maybe 80, and then standing before God. And many of us think eternity is like way out in front of us. Like, you're watching this right now going, I have time. And friend, you don't have time. That's the message, is you're dying. I'm dying. Every single day we're getting closer to death, and eternity is right on the side of us. It's not like in 20 years, I could slip into eternity tomorrow or the next day. Like, at any moment, any of us can die and stand before God. And so, man, let's not spend our lives on social media. I've been getting off social media. I'm taking 10 another 14 days, and I'm really not on it at all. My brother's posting my videos. It's weird because I do this for a living, and I'm filming, and I'm reaching people with the gospel. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to be on social media. I don't want to be on Facebook. I don't want to be on Instagram. I don't care what someone's eating. I just don't want to live my life on this phone. It just feels so weird. Like, we have such a small time, this small test to really determine where we're going to spend forever. It's like I have this long cable here, super long. I don't know, it's like 20, 15 feet. And I was looking at this cable, and it goes on and on and on. And there's this little part at the end. Like, that's our life. Right there is our life. Just think about this. Right there is our life. Okay, so you're worried about this silver portion, and all of this is eternity. Like, what does this matter compared to eternity? Forever. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. And a lot of us are living our lives for this small thing. And I'm just like, man, I don't want to live my life for now. I don't want to, Paul said, I long to go to heaven, but I'm here for your sake. So while there is this longing in me to be with God and be before God, I'm here to reach people. I'm here to preach to people. I'm here to love my wife, love my kids, raise my family. And so, I don't know, man. I really just want to spend my life loving God, doing my ministry, loving my wife, loving my kids. I want to simplify my life as much as possible. And I know I'm just on here pouring my heart out, ranting here on my birthday, but I just don't want to live my life on my phone. I just don't want to live my life on social media, being stuck in just the treadmill, the rabbit, and again, the rabbit wheel, whatever it is. And again, some of you watching this, you're like, I'm 60, 70. Do what God's called you to do. The dreams you've had, where are you? Have you done any of those things? Like, remember what God's called you to do. I think of Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 4. It says, a wise person thinks about death a lot, while a fool only worries about having a good time. Aren't these wise words? A wise person's always thinking about the afterlife. They're always thinking about standing before God. They're always thinking about, at one point, I'm going to die. But a foolish person only worries about now. Don't live your life for the next 40 years for yourself now, saying, tomorrow I'm going to serve God. Tomorrow I'm going to pray. Tomorrow I'm going to evangelize. Tomorrow I'm going to do what God's called me to do. Because the thing is, I blinked and I went from 16 in the DMV to 32, 4 kids, and I'm going to blink again and have grandkids, and I'm going to blink again and stand before God. That's why James 4:14 says, you don't know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? For you're a mist that appears for a little time, and then your life vanishes. Like you're just a vapor. In 150, 200, 300 years, will anyone even know who you are, who I am? Yet here we are, we've been given this beautiful life to do what God's called us to do. So get off the phone. Get off the social media. Turn off the television. Take your kids outside. Take them camping. Take them to the lake. Do something. Go witness to somebody. Share your faith. Do something for God. Because friend, none of this is going to matter when we stand before him. So that's why David said in Psalms 39, Lord, teach me to measure my days, for how fleeting I am. This is the message throughout the Bible. Our life is short. Teach me to number our days. Proverbs says, don't boast about tomorrow, for you don't even know what today will bring. Set your mind on things, Colossians, set your mind on things above, not things below. So I'm dying. Do I have a severe illness? Am I dying of cancer? No, I'm just dying. I'm just dying. I'm slowly getting closer to death. So are you. We all are. Every breath is one breath closer to eternity. Let's live our lives with eternity stamped on our forehead. Let's live our lives praising as hard as we can praise, worshiping as hard as we can worship, praying as hard as we can pray, telling everybody about God, doing everything we can to reach this country and reach people around us, because we are going to stand before God, every single one of us. I'm dying, and so are you. I know it's my birthday, and you're like, you should be celebrating birthday and be happy. I am. I'm grateful. 32 years. I've had a beautiful life. I'm not dying literally tomorrow, but I literally am dying, as in I'm getting closer to eternity, and so are you. So I wanted to bring this sobering message. Get off your phone. Turn off social media. Maybe you've been going like, I've been wanting to get off social media. I needed a sign. Here's your sign. Here's your sign to log off. Here's your sign to click off of social media. Serve God with everything you have. Spend time with your family. Spend time with your wife and kids. Don't live with regrets. Whatever dream you have, do that dream that you have. Fulfill the calling that God has in your life. We're all dying. We're all one step closer to death. We're all going to stand before God. The Bible says those that die will live even after death. If you believe in Jesus, you will live even after death. So man, I'm challenging you to unplug. Focus on eternity, not that little portion of now, right now, and really just give everything to God. I'm tired of reading comments and the rat race of views. I don't care about any of it. The views, the numbers, the comments, the phone, the social media. I don't care. I'm getting off. I don't care. I'll be posting probably more videos than before, but I won't be on my phone. I won't be reading through people's stuff. So don't be all salty. Oh, you didn't comment on my post. I'm not looking at your post. I'm worried about my life, not everybody else's life. I want to worry about what God's called me to do and my family. I don't want to neglect my kids on the altar of social media or ministry. If this resonated with you, let me know down below in the comments. I'm just giving you guys this message. This is my birthday message. We're all dying, and we need to get right with God. We need to be eternally minded, not earthly minded. Stop worrying so much about this life. We're just passing through. We're going to all blink and be in heaven, and I hope to meet you there. I really do hope to meet you there, but we're all going to blink and be there. Tomorrow's not promised. Only a fool plans for tomorrow. Now is the day of salvation. Today's the day. Serve God, sober up, and let's run this race with endurance. Let's live our lives every single day for God. Tomorrow's not promised, friend. I don't want to live my life in vain. You shouldn't either. We'll see you in the next video.